NFL Daily. Day 2 of the 2019 NFL Draft is in the books. Rounds 2 and 3, which, Tom, it means it's time to give out some grades.
Do it.
We're heading back to school. I'm your host, Mitchell Renz, and this is our NFL Draft analyst, Tom Downey.
Before y'all complain in the comment section, A equals a great draft, one of the best ones. B is good. C is average. It's not bad. It's just average. D is bad. F is, I don't know what you're doing.
Effing
Fire
bad.
the regime right now.
F is Tomming bad. All right, so we're starting off with the Washington Redskins.
Oh, I nailed it, man.
A+ grade.
They have absolutely nailed this draft so far. Dwayne Haskins, Montez Sweat, two I thought were fantastic picks. McLaurin was the right range for where he was going to go. Pairing with Haskins, Redskins, my favorite draft so far. I am so impressed by what they've done. Bruce Allen might have taken over, but it's worked out.
All right, let's go now to a team with maybe the worst draft grade here in the NFC East, the New York Giants.
It actually is.
We're giving them a D for Daniel Jones.
Look, I like Dexter Lawrence. You didn't need another nose guard. You drafted DeAndre Baker, who I didn't think you had to trade up for him. I like O'Shane Ximines, but that's not premier value. And your third-round pick can't save your grade. So, Giants, talk yourselves into it if you want. It's a D there. It is absolutely a D grade for me.
So hopefully the New York Giants can turn that 5-11 season around. Let's head now to Philadelphia, where they have an A grade. Last year they went 9-7. Tom, you're giving them an A grade. Now they have only 2 picks on day 3, but their day 2 picks today: Miles Sanders, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside,
Andre Dillard, all guys I liked. So maybe it drops down a little bit there, but I'm a big fan so far in terms of what the Cowboys have done, or for me, what the Eagles have done. My bad, getting ahead of myself there. Maybe the grade comes down with very few day 3 picks, but I think they're in pretty good shape. I'm a big fan of what they've done so far.
It's time now to go to Dallas, where you're giving the Dallas Cowboys a B-. But Tom,
I'm waffling between a C+. I don't
you rounded up.
get this. Yeah, I don't have a great feel for what I really want to give them here. I like Tristan Hill.
Okay. I
wanted a safety, though. You know, B- is the grade here, so let's bring up B-. I messed up on the split screen graphics, so let's bring up B-. The Connor McGovern pick is weird to me. It's really weird. What I think is happening here, this isn't about Travis Frederick. The Cowboys, maybe not this year, they're going to move Connor Williams over to right tackle after this year ends. And McGovern's going to be their new left guard. So they're thinking ahead. I don't love it. Look, let's see what happens on day 3. It's going to be a big impact in their final grade. I know they love Tristan Hill. I know they love Connor McGovern. We'll see.
All right, Cowboys fans. Tom's giving it a B-. Let's go now to the NFC South. We're kicking things off with the Carolina Panthers. They're getting an A grade for us. We like the Brian Burns. Tom, tell us more.
Love Brian Burns. I'm okay with Greg Little. They probably gave up too much. That knocked it down. Brian Burns was one of my favorite picks in round 1. That's a big impact there. I thought the value was good for Will Grier, and they needed a backup quarterback. And Will Grier, I think, can be that guy for him.
All right, let's go to New Orleans now with the New Orleans Saints. We're giving them a B grade, 3-13 last year.
He only had 1 pick, Eric McCoy. I liked it. Let's see what they do on day 3.
All right, let's go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had a few more picks, and they have a B- grade for us. A lot of picks in that secondary, and they started it off with Devin White, 5th overall.
That's the curious thing to me, is I like the Devin White pick, and in a bubble, I like Sean Bunting. I like Jamel Dean, maybe early there. And I like Mike Edwards, but you spent a second-round pick on M.J. Stewart and Carlton Davis last year, and you drafted Jordan Whitehead. So you just spent, in your last 5 drafts, you spent multiple top 120 picks, 6 total on defensive backs. It's kind of weird to me. I'm curious how this all works out. Maybe there will be some day 3 trades.
Maybe. Let's go now to Atlanta for the Falcons and their grade. We're going to give the Atlanta Falcons a C+ grade. They have 7 picks, though, on day 3.
So that grade will probably come up a little bit there, I think, if you're Atlanta. Again, we're not factoring in the day 3 pick numbers. Lindstrom will be a fine starter. McGarry will be a potentially fine starter. It's just kind of average across the board there. But I think maybe by the end of year 1, you got 2 starters, so I really can't go much lower than a C+ there. So tricky spot there for Atlanta. Don't love it, but I don't hate it either.
Let's go to the team that maybe traded the most that I've ever seen, the Rams. We're giving them an A grade.
Look, you got a round 1 value for me and Taylor Rapp. Darrell Henderson was proper value. David Long was a fantastic pick. And then day 3, you got plenty of picks. I like going Bobby Evans there as well. So overall, I think you're in pretty good shape if you're the Rams. You traded down a bunch. That's a good move for them in the end.
So the Rams, we're giving them an A grade. They were 3-13 last year. Let's go now to Seattle, and we're giving the Seattle Seahawks a C grade.
Yeah, so for Seattle overall, L.J. Collier was a weird pick. I didn't like that one. Hated the Marquise Blair pick.
Yes.
Didn't like Cody Barton, but you also took DK Metcalf. So you put it all together, and I got a C for you. Seattle does weird stuff, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
What Seattle's going to do, it's hard to see, though.
I thought Blair, Barton, and Collier were really long reaches, but if you pretend DK Metcalf went in round 1, Marquise Blair went in round 3, Collier went in round 2, it's a little bit better. So I'm going to give it a C.
Oh, it's a weird
It's
way
average.
of thinking about everything, but Tom, it's why I respect you. Let's go now to the San Francisco 49ers. We're giving them a B+ grade. Nick Bosa kicked this one off.
Love Nick
Absolute
Bosa.
stud.
Like Deebo Samuel. I'm not sold on Jalen Hurd in round 3. But beyond that, it's been a very good draft for the Niners. So the Hurd pick takes it from an A- to a B+, but overall, Niners fans should be feeling pretty good about it.
Let's now roll to Arizona, who's going to actually kick off round 4. We're going to give them a C+ grade. Kyler Murray, number 1 overall. Tom, why are we giving him a C+?
Where's your offensive line help? I like Andy Isabella. I like Byron Murphy. I like Zach Allen. I don't love the Kyler Murray trade. And basically, you have turned, and this is a factor in grades, folks. You have turned number 10 overall last year, a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick, into Andy Isabella and a 2025th.
And
That's shit return on investment, guys.
Well, I guess here's the thing. You're going to talk.
I think you're about to say it all works out if Kyler Murray's great.
Yep.
Exactly right. If Murray is a hit, it's great in the end. You can talk me into a B-. Get some offensive line help. I'll feel much better about Arizona here going forward. And they should be able to make some good moves there. So we'll see what happens. It's not a bad draft. Just a lot of risk involved for a front office that, frankly, why would you trust? What have they done to prove that they should trust you? Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So who's the biggest winner on day 2 alone?
All right, just day 2.
Just day 2. So who's the biggest winner on day 2? Today was the day 2 of the NFL draft, so it was rounds 2 and 3.
I like a lot of what the Rams did today.
Okay.
Maybe the Rams.
We want you guys to comment, so if you watch this on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere that you see this video, who was the biggest winner on day 2, okay? So make sure you guys comment below. All right, let's go now to the NFC North, at least the defending champs, the Chicago Bears, B-.
Khalil Mack does not count. It does not count. If it does, it's an A. But this is the 2019 NFL draft. Not the 2019 NFL draft and trades you made. Same with the Cowboys. Doesn't count. So, David Montgomery, it's a solid pick. I think it'll be a good fit in Chicago, but there's not a whole lot to talk about there.
Skulls, where we're going next. The Vikings 2019 NFL draft grade is a B+. Tom, 9 picks on day 3.
Yeah, they're going to be fun. That grade's going to come up, I promise you that. Love Garrett Bradbury. Like Irv Smith. Kind of man, Alexander Madison. Put it all together. It's been a good draft. It's a B+ draft. Maybe spend another pick on a running back.
Maybe Irv Smith, though. I'll tell you what, Kyle Rudolph, you better be nervous about your job. Let's go to Green Bay for the Packers, and their grade is a B-, 6-9-1.
I don't like the Rashawn Gary pick. I love the Jay Sternberger pick. I love the Darnell Savage pick, and I'm pretty happy about the Elton Jenkins pick. So, put it all together. That's B-. Overall, though, if you draft as a B- every single year, you're going to have a really good football team, guys. So, this is not an insult. Please make note of that.
So, Rashawn Gary went to the Packers at 12. Darnell Savage, who, I'm telling you what, Tom loves Darnell Savage. Elton Jenkins, and then Jay Sternberger. This is the Packers' 4 picks so far in the 2019 NFL Draft. Let's go to the Lions now. Giving them a C+ grade. 5 picks on day 3.
I really like the Hawkinson pick. I thought Tavai was too early, maybe a little bit. I thought Will Harris was a little bit too early. You can talk me into a B-. I don't know if Tavai and Harris are going to make the biggest impact. Tavai fits as that Sam linebacker for them, but not a bad draft, just kind of average so far. And they can save it with 5 picks on day 3. I think that's going to go up a little bit for them.
So we're hoping, at least, C+ grade for the Detroit Lions here. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/chatsportstv. Tom and I are going to be live for the entire 2019 NFL Draft. We've already done the first round, second round, and third round. Guess what? We're going to be live also. youtube.com/chatsportstv. This guy might just stay here the entire night. Go give him a follow.
I'm going to go home and try and sleep.
Nah, don't be so sure about that. Go give my man a follow at WhatGoingDowney on Twitter, the best in the biz. I'll say this, maybe the best draft out of the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills, we're giving them an A.
As you'll see, I love what the AFC East did. Ed Oliver, fantastic pick. Cody Ford, great value. Devin Singletary, right range, could hit in a big way. You're helping out Josh Allen. Look, I didn't like Josh Allen coming out, but fit matters, and the Bills have done everything they possibly can to surround him with talent. Unlike the Cardinals and Josh Rosen, the Bills have done everything right. I got to give them a lot of credit for what they've done over the past calendar year and change.
All right, we're going AA batteries here. We're going Jets 2019 NFL Draft, giving them an A also.
Look,
Jets are getting an A.
You're hamstrung by not having a second-round pick, but you got Quinnen Williams, my number one player. Ja'Kai Polite was worth the risk in round 3 and needed an edge rusher. Now, maybe it comes down in the end because you only got 2 more picks, but with limited draft capital, I can't argue against any of their picks so far. It's been good. Value's been great.
Probably the better New York team. All right, the Dolphins 2019 NFL Draft, an A-, which is actually the time for the lowest grade.
It's Christian Wilkins. Let's get that changed real fast here, guys. Christian Wilkins, not Christian Wilkinson, for the Miami Dolphins, number 13 overall. I had him as a top 15 player. I like the value there. You needed defensive line help. You got Josh Rosen. Then you drafted Michael Dieter in round 3. You checked off a lot of the boxes there that you want with Wilkins and Michael Dieter overall. You still need more help. All right, you got your franchise quarterback. Keep investing in those trenches. You got Wilkins, you got Dieter. You're in pretty good shape overall here for the Miami Dolphins. So I like where they're sitting. The Patriots, meanwhile, a little weird at times. I like N'Keal Harry. That's a very strong pick.
Very strong
Didn't
pick.
like Jawaan Williams, but I'm going to pretend it's Chase Winovich instead. That was a great pick. So it bounces out. You got A so far. Damon Harris was a little bit weird. I have no problem going Yadnik Adjust. They took good players, a bit of a reach on Jawaan, but with overall, factor pretending it's like your round 3 pick, I like it a lot. A-. I can't remember the last time I gave the Patriots an A draft. I've always thought it was dumb, and oftentimes they've made bad picks. They've done a really good job so far. I like it.
They've done a pretty good job.
Like
we want to know from everybody who's watching, though, right now, what's been the weirdest draft? When Tom and I keep talking about the weirdest draft, it's between 2 teams this year. I'm thinking it's between the Patriots and between the Seahawks. So type P for Patriots, type S for Seahawks. If you think it's somebody else,
It's Seattle.
comment that below.
It's Seattle.
Let us know who's got the weirdest draft. All right, let's go to the AFC North now. Kick it off with the Cincinnati Bengals. Be great for the Bengals.
Drew Sample killed this. From an A to a B. Jermaine Pratt was a fine pick. I love Jonah Williams. I don't like Drew Sample in round 2. They got a lot of picks tomorrow. They'll bring it up, but I didn't like the Sample pick whatsoever. That was bad.
All right, let's go to the Cleveland Browns, the future AFC North champions. B+ grade.
Unless they totally tanked these last 5 picks, I'm not going below a B+. I love Greedy Williams. That was such a fantastic selection by the Cleveland Browns. Sione Takitaki was a reach, but it's still a B+. And this does not factor in Odell Beckham. If it does, it's A+ across the board.
Okay, Tom, I'm hearing you out. Let's go to Baltimore now for the Baltimore Ravens, giving them a B grade. A lot of B's in that sentence.
Marquise Brown, they got Miles Boykin too, so you're helping out your receiving core. Get some offensive line help. You might get bumped up from a B. I'm very curious how they end up deploying Jalen Ferguson. That's going to be the big key for me. So we'll wait and see. But I think it's a good start for the Ravens. It's a good start.
Pittsburgh Steelers are getting a B+. I saw a lot of B's in the AFC North. Tom, we got to be a little bit more harsh on these grades, no?
No, we don't. I think teams have done a pretty good job this year.
Okay.
Some definite reaches, but
Tom's getting soft.
The more you go, the easier I grade. I love Devin Bush at number 10. Deontay Johnson, I know, has some supporters. I thought a little bit early, but I love the value for Justin Lane. You got 1 great pick, 1 okay pick, 1 very good pick. I think that's a B+. There you go.
All right, Tom, so I got to ask a question, all right? Who's been the biggest steal of the 2019 NFL Draft. Who off the top of your head is like, man, I look at my big board, I'm looking at all the players, could have maybe picks available. Who is the biggest steal of the 2019 NFL Draft? I know it's a really, really tough question.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, 64 to the Seahawks.
Yeah, like that point, I mean, there's no downside there. That's fantastic.
All right, we want to know from everybody who's watching who's been the biggest steal of the 2019 NFL Draft. Make sure you guys throw that in the comment section.
Bonus points if you pick a player that's not on your favorite team.
All right. Bonus points. We're giving out brownie points here at Chat Sports. Subscribe, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. Let's go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. An A- grade for them. They got 4 picks on day 3.
Love Josh Allen. Love Jawaan Taylor. After the first 2 picks, the Jags had an A+ draft. I thought Oliver was kind of a reach. I didn't love that pick. And then they went Quincy Williams, who I didn't have a grade on. NFL.com didn't even grade him. Totally off the wall there. Biggest surprise we've had so far, even more than Daniel Jones. I have him as a linebacker in terms of what I was told. Shout out Dane Brugger for knowing who he was. NFL.com as a safety. He's like 5'11", 225. Special teams, I guess. That one, I have no explanation there, folks. No explanation.
All right, let's go now to Houston for the Texans. You're giving them a C-.
So they filled needs. 2 offensive linemen.
They filled needs.
It's not all about needs, though, if you're taking bad players.
I know that. You got needs and wants.
Titus Howard, and then you took Max Sharping. I had them 86, 89, so I like the Sharping pick. I don't love Howard. A lot of risk involved there. Lonnie Johnson a bit early. Kahale Waring has some upside. I don't hate their draft, but I thought they could have filled those needs with better players. That puts it as a C- grade for me.
So we gave you the
Sorry,
Jags, we gave you the Texans. Who had the better draft? Type T for Texans, type J for Jags. The show's not all about us. I know it's been all about you. And
a little bit about me.
It might actually all be
it's about the
Tom.
players. Let's not kid ourselves here.
All right. Everybody who's watching right now, type T for Texans, type J for Jags. Who had the better draft? We want to know from everybody who's watching. So if you see this on YouTube, if you see this on Facebook, make sure you guys comment below. Who's had the better draft, Texans or the Jags? All right, let's keep it rolling now. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans. They're giving an A grade.
If you can wait on Simmons and you're comfortable with the outfield stuff, he's going to be a great player for you. A.J. Brown in round 2. Oh, man. He slid way more than he should have. Love that pick. And then Nate Davis. I had him 100 overall. A little bit of a reach, but he filled a big need for you. Good pick by Tennessee. Very good pick.
All right, let's go now to the Denver Broncos. We're giving them an A grade.
Noah Fant. Love it.
Yep.
Dalton Reisner. Love it. Drew Lock. Love it. Draymond Jones. I want to see how he fits in. In total, I think you've got 3 long-term starters and a rotational guy in Jones who I want to see how they utilize in their defensive scheme. I like what Denver did. You traded down. You got 2 second-round picks. You got your franchise quarterback, in theory, long-term in Drew Lock, who can sit a year, which he needs. Best-case scenario for Denver, Drew Lock is fantastic. He's a fantastic and Joe Flacco's great, too.
Okay.
Then you trade Flacco, too. I think good shape there.
So here's the Denver Broncos selections. Noah Fant, Dalton Reisner, Drew Lock, and Draymond Jones. Those are the Denver Broncos selections here. And you gave it a what grade, Tom?
I gave it an A. I liked it a lot.
Gave it an A grade. All right, let's go to the Colts now. We're giving this a B grade for the Colts. 10-6 last year.
Hey, they did not take the best player on my personal board, but Chris Ballard's a great GM, and he picked good players still. Rock Ya-Sin, I love him a lot at a Temple. He's going to be a great fit for them. Same with Ben Banigou. I had higher than LJ Collier. Solid pick there. Paris Campbell brings you some speed and dynamic ability there. Bobby Okereke. I told you, Colts fans, they were looking at linebacker. They got him. Look, the Colts love to trade down. I love when teams do that. This is a B grade for me with 6 picks to go. This could easily end up as an A grade. I love what the Colts are doing, guys.
So we've been doing this by division, and unfortunately, guys, my mistake. We accidentally skipped the Colts.
Not your fault.
Yeah,
Blame producer Brett.
No, it's all good. All right, let's go now to the Chargers here. We're giving them an A grade. Tom, talk to me.
I like Jerry Tillery a lot. They took him at number 28 overall. I've been clamoring for them to find an impact penetrator at the 3 technique spot. They got him in Tillery. 21 overall on my board. They waited patiently, took advantage of teams not taking safeties. They took Nasir Adderley, my 24th overall player. I didn't love Trey Pipkins, but you can develop him into a right tackle maybe. It's fine. 2 really good picks, 1 okay one. It's an A.
All right.
There you go.
Let's go to the next letter in the alphabet, B. That's where we're giving the Kansas City Chiefs. See?
Yeah, again, no, I'm
letters.
not including Frank Clark here. We're focused on the actual draft pick, so it makes it a little bit tougher for them, I guess. But Miko Hardman I thought was a little bit early. Love the Juan Thornhill pick. That was fantastic pick there by KC. And Kalen Saunders, also pretty good. So still some needs to be filled. Chiefs now have a long wait, all the way to round 6, which is insane for me to think about. But I think you got 3 guys that could start for you in year 1. It's pretty good. If you want to include Frank Clark, bump it up a little bit.
All right, Tom.
Steep price to pay, though, for Frank Clark.
So here are the Chiefs selections, which means now it's time to go to Oaktown, where you're giving them a C grade.
What are you giving them, by the way?
If I had to give them a grade, yeah, it's probably a C grade as well. I mean, Trayvon Mullen, he's an okay cornerback out of Clemson. It frustrates me because I really wanted Greedy Williams. I think that would have been a better pick. Now, they do have 4 picks on day 3, but I will say this. You got Cleveland Ferrell, you got Josh Jacobs, you got Jonathan Abram, and now you're going out and getting Trayvon Mullen. You had these needs. Yes, you're filling these needs, but I think that you're reaching for all of these needs.
Yeah.
Sorry, Raider Nation. For this, Tom's giving it a C. I'm probably going to give it a C as well.
Not bad. Can you make that clear? It's just average.
Just an average.
Could have been better.
Could have
also been a lot worse. Let's not hide that there. So,
all right. Now I want to see who had the better draft.
If you include Antonio Brown, A+.
A+. Okay. There you go. That's the way this works. So type R for Raiders or type 49 for 49ers. Who had the better draft? Okay. So type R for Raiders, 49 for 49ers. I want you guys in the comment section. Raider Nation, I know you guys always show out. Make sure you guys subscribe to our main YouTube channel as well. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. I am really interested to see how this poll goes. Because when we've been going live, the people have been going absolutely insane.
You guys
in the
have fun with it.
section.
I appreciate it.
So make sure you guys comment who had the better draft.
Most people are saying
Raiders?
49.
Yeah?
Most people are saying 49.
49ers, Raiders. You guys keep these flowing in the comment section. I think it's pretty interesting to see what we got here. Let's see. Missing formation, 49. Samuel Levy, 49.
People are typing in DK.
Let me get a DK. DK. Can't say DK, guys. So keep the flowing comments. I love seeing the Battle of the Bay here.
God.
It's always entertaining for me. So make sure you guys subscribe at YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Keep it flowing. Better draft grades. R for Raiders, 49ers. What do you think, Tom?
Well, it's the 49ers for me. So it's not a bad draft, Raiders fans, but it's not as good as I think it could have been. Remember, stay tuned for us tomorrow. Day 3 back at you early in the morning. Every single pick we will discuss. Make sure you're subscribed. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV.